welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
The Steel City is ready at Acrisure Stadium here in Pittsburgh. Straight ahead, a good one in store this afternoon. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. The All-Pro Chris Boswell with the honors. Off we go from the Steel City. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL. And Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from the opening whistle.
Smith and Jigba left side, he's got it. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. And nothing doing there. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early 3rd down coming up.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
3rd down, 3 to go. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. They get 15 on that game. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
To the left side and pulled in. Valdez-Scantling. Why not go back to him? That one good for 20 yards and a first down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. A big play for Seattle. 33 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. No handoff, he'll keep it himself. And he will take it in himself. Sam Darnold, touchdown Seahawks. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. knocks it through. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
There's not many guys, Mike, in NFL history that while their career is still ongoing, they already are considered a no-brainer finding themselves in Canton one day. And this guy is certainly at the top of the list. Let's not forget, this is not some washed-up quarterback who can't let go of the past. He is still capable of playing at an all-pro level. And if he continues to do so, any team he's on is going to be a Super Bowl contender.
DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Warren, first down, and more. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. They'll get 19 out of that play. Good for a Steeler first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, if that, but there is a flag on the field, and that is in the area where usually someone was held. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Catch made. That's Woods. And that'll help a bit. They're still well short of the sticks. A solid pickup on that first down play.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
From the gun, Rodgers. That's complete. Calvin Austin. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. It's going to be third. They need 1. They'll try and run it here with Warren. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Now on fourth down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. This a 57-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here's Steven Sims to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, Seahawks offense ready to possess the football for the second time. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. Into the hands of Valdez-Scantling. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Huff brings it in left side. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. Now, this looks like a design run, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
We typically see the big guys up front, Mike, make plays at the line. But every so often, he's able to drive through, get in the backfield, and take them down for a loss.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd down, they need 5. Valdez-Scantling on the move. 3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
A handoff, running left, it is Walker. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Here comes 2nd and 4. Looked like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down. That's on the former 9th overall pick, Charles Cross. From the 20, here's 2nd and 9. Darnold now to throw. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Cooper, touchdown, Seattle.
And here's a great example, Mike, of how experience and having some veteran players at these key spots, they can work so well together. The whole idea is you need to see the game through the eyes of the quarterback, and I think that's what the receiver did such a nice job in. He was on time, he was accurate, and you never fool your quarterback. When you have two guys like this that are operating on the same page, you can see the result.
Now the point after try from Myers. He's got it. And the Seahawks extend their advantage to 14-3. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The master of play action, Rodgers. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
In the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A gain there of 10 yards. That's a Steeler 1st down.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him to just a short gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. On the handoff, this is Warren. Whoa! Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
This is a combination of footwork and vision. His ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Once again, it's Warren. Finding space at the 15. And he is out of bounds at the 2-yard line. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's 1st and goal.
So close to taking that one in. Good job defensively. They're able to force him out of bounds just shy of the pylon, but you can bet when he gets up, he's going to look over at his sideline, Mike.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Kenneth Gainwell. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Steelers are back within 4. It is 14-10. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Sim. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. The throw on the run is complete.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 5. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning 1st and 2nd down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in 3rd and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. Darnold. And that is incomplete. Took a shot here at the end of the quarter, but it comes up incomplete. So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. Calvin Austin deep for the Steelers. Returnable from the 17. And it's a decent return. Gets some of that yardage back before he's forced out of bounds. Steelers offense and their running back, Jalen Warren, set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Throwing, Rodgers. This one not quite on target. Let him too much, and that one falls incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation, and instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd down throw from Rodgers. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He's got his man, complete to Wilson. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag back in the backfield. Is it a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. A carry here for Warren. And this one blown up. Good serve and drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
On third down, Rodgers taking off here, and he will get into the end zone. Aaron Rodgers, touchdown Steelers. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
On for the extra point is Boswell. His kick is good, and the Steelers move out to a 3-point edge. 17-14. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Sim. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Juan Thornhill up from his secondary spot to make the play. Second down and 8. Off the bootleg. Here's Darnold. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. It's complete. He's got caught. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line. That's Alex Highsmith in for the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing, Darnold. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
When you're running a crossing route versus man coverage, you understand that there's going to be nobody waiting for you on the far side of the field. So if you can create separation on your man defender and separate away, there's a lot of green grass, and that's where the quarterback went with the ball.
He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Second time they've connected on this drive, and 19 yards out of this one.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate. Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
The tight end going in motion to the left. Darnold to throw. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down, back in the backfield, in the area of holding. That one on the tackle, Abraham Lucas. Valdez-Scantling on the move. Here's Darnold. That's complete to Valdez-Scantling. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Open man is Jake Bobo. And he's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy where he needed to get to. It'll bring up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks have tied it at 17.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. So from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Play fake. It's Rodgers. A throw on the move is caught. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Again, it's Rodgers. He'll step up and run this.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try to sneak it here. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down, but this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. He'll get this across midfield to about the 49. Reek Woolen brings him down. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 6. To throw is Rodgers. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Oh, that is terrific. Out of bounds. Inside the 5-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Darnold now on 1st and 10. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Elijah Arroyo was the intended target. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. Rodgers on first down. He finds Metcalf on the slant. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Second and a yard. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Warren, and this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to the 5-yard line now. Second down and goal. Rodgers now. And he overshot his man. Out of the end zone. That one's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third and goal. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Pat Fryermuth, touchdown Pittsburgh. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will go up by 7. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Cooper Kupp heading back onto the field. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. How quick it's Kupp on the RPO, and he will be out of bounds. There is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what that is all about. Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Timeout Seahawks, that is their second. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And he's not able to get away. He does manage to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll set up second down. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks will cut the lead down to 4.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out, per the new rule, to the 35-yard line. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. A return now from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. They'll begin with first and 10. On play action, Rodgers. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. That's caught! And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 75 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Steelers will extend this third quarter lead. Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Sims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. He looks forward for maybe a yard. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. Third, they need 8. Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. That's caught. Right side, it's Freiermuth. And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good gain on 1st down. They pick up 7 yards.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Play action now with Rodgers. He keeps it himself. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
A 1st down throw from Rodgers. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, man he was looking for there. And it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. It's Rodgers. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Rodgers in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. That is DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward, as he's on to punt for the second time. And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now Walker, and he surges forward for a gain of about 5. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
On 3rd and long, here's Darnold. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this stage in the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
The Seahawks sending out their punt team, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. On the return, it's Austin. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. From the gun, Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Now Rodgers. And he's got Woods. It's complete. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. It's a gain of 19 in the air. That's a Steeler 1st down.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there. And that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And good hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Rodgers. Here's a screen set up for Warren. And he's gonna go out of bounds, though there are markers on the field as the officials will sort this one out. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got Freiermuth open on the left side.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll run the toss with Warren. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Throwing, Rodgers. That's complete to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
To the air once more, it's Rodgers. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Again, it's Rodgers. Thrown on the run, but it's off target. Behind his man, and that is incomplete.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. On play action, here's Darnold. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Joey Porter Jr. got a hand in there and made the play.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
And he'll get about 7. Still short of that 1st down. And they'll try to convert it on 3rd down. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. On 3rd and 2, it's Darnold. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting set for their next possession. And he was unguardable in the 1st half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the 3rd quarter. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. That one on the former 1st-rounder, Troy Fautanu. From the shotgun, it's A-Rob. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Now Warren. Look at him move away from the tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Steelers getting ready to put this one away. Here's Horton. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Seahawks offense ready to take over once again. Shotgun run now with Walker. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. from the 33. Here's 2nd and 5. He'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Derek Harmon, first-rounder out of Oregon, there for the stop.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that 2nd foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up and stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Darnold. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's out of bounds. Gain of about 10, so that'll help as they get set to face a 3rd down.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They'll go with the sneak. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the 1st down.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. You can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Darnold now to throw. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Outright, Smith and Jigba has it. And he will have a 1st down, but I don't think that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This, about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Seahawks will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So Myers back out there, had the field goal a moment ago, now set to kick this one away. Very good kickoff, returnable from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's caught right side. It's Firemove. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. From the 31, here's 2nd down and 3. The master of play action. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Jarran Reed getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Rodgers to throw. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the Seahawks have come up with the recovery.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
The Seahawks offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. To the left side and pulled in. Valdez-Scantling.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Now it's 2nd and 1. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a 1st down.
This play is actually really well defended here, but I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
1st and 10. Here's Darnold. There's that man again. Another catch. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. First down, Seattle. They run with Walker. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
They bring the tight end in motion. They'll run with Charbonnet. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
It is 3rd and long. Darnold to throw. They'll set up the screen to Charbonnet. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting set for their next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Rodgers. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. You know at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down, or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers. He set the screen to the receiver, Wilson. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
That's taken at about the 14, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the handoff, this is Warren. Not much happening there, just a short gain. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Second down, 8 yards to go. They'll drop to throw. Going for it all. That is caught. What a throw. Calvin Austin. Touchdown Steelers.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the Steelers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Sims. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Here's first and 10. Throwing, Darnold. The open man is Smith and Jigba. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's second down. Darnold. And he let him a bit too much. That pass is incomplete. Zach Charbonnet was the intended target. And third down coming up.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Darnold to throw again. That's complete to Steven Sims. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. Here's Darnold again. Who else? Another catch. for his favorite target. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. It's good for a Seahawks first down. Darnold to the air once more. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the one he was looking for. And it'll lead to a second down. To throw again is Darnold. Get that one to Charbonnet, complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now Seattle will use the final timeout. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That's deep for the back of the end zone. This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone, and that'll bring up second down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Moving to his left. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.